Obviously, you had an incident with Daniel Suarez and Dale Jr. kind of tongue in cheek. He said on his podcast that you should not mess with him because he's had a few of those incidents. So what do you have to say about that?
Nothing. Daniel and I are good. We talked about it after the race, and it really wasn't a big deal.
What do you think about Chevy's chances heading into Pocono?
Good. I think our car potential is there for sure. Just about getting the balance right. Individually, and I think if we can do that, we can give ourselves a chance.
Chase, you just mentioned the regular season battle. You're right in the thick of it with 6 races to go. So, with the different array of tracks, just how are you feeling in terms of your team's capability to be able to pull it off? And
I feel good about it. I think that, like I said, we're gonna. I think it's probably going to take another win or two, to win that deal. I don't think you're going to win. I don't feel like you're going to win that or the big championship without winning, some more. So really just eyes set on trying to get to victory lane, and the rest of it just it totally figures itself out, if you're doing your job elsewhere. So I really don't put a lot of thought into it, truthfully. I just try to focus week to week on getting better and, putting ourselves in position to win and doing it often. Because if you're doing that, it's going to shake out like it's supposed to.
in terms of getting points the next 2 weeks, Pocono and Indy are pretty similar in the fact one of the turns are similar, but two,
Yeah.
just how big the track is. So, do you see any benefit for potentially trying to flip the stages, or what do you think the key strategy is going to be for either you or the rest of the field?
Yeah, I mean, minimal time on pit road in both of the events, I think, is going to be crucial. But historically, to your point, I do think that good runs at Pocono have often meant good runs at Indy, in the sport's history. Now, whether that continues forward with this generation car or not, I'm not sure. But I do think that there are a lot of similarities, particularly turn three. Here, just the amount of banking you have, et cetera, can certainly translate. So curious to find out. We'll see.
Appreciate it.
Chase, on that subject, this is your third time here with the next gen car. What's the biggest difference you've seen racing at this track in the next gen than Gen 6?
Um, really anywhere that we go that the bumps are a factor, which they are here, through the tunnel, are just treacherous. You're really pushing travels with these cars. They make a lot of downforce the lower the back of the car is. So, the lower you get, the more car potential you have. On the flip side of that, the lower you get, the closer you are to those shock stops. And when you bottom this thing out, it can be pretty ugly. So it's just a really fine line of trying to, manage a design flaw, basically.
So obviously, a track like Chicago puts a lot of load on your body, and you have had a couple of surgeries in the last 18 months. So were you feeling the effects of Chicago, or was it all good?
Yeah, I felt good. Honestly, I've been physically feeling really well since early on in the season. Getting through my shoulder rehab, so I feel everything's fine. Just keep trucking.
Awesome. Awesome.